I'm on with making the sign for the Chester-Drawers YouTube channel. This is going to hang above the shed. I've just asked ChatGPT for the size of lettering I need. I gave them the dimensions of my piece of wood, and I also gave them the boundary or the border around the side, and it's given me the dimensions and the spacings for the letterings to write out the word and hand carve the word Chester-Drawers. So I'm now about to mark that out on my piece of timber. I'm going to record that so you can see how it's all laid out. Remember, you can always email your stories to me if you've lost a pet or experienced losing a pet and you want to share those stories. I will be posting them on my website. And also, if you wish to make any kind of donation to the Chester-Drawers channel, 100% of the proceeds will be reinvested back into the channel for buying materials and making memorials and plaques for grieving pet owners. Again, this is just to help ease people with their pain of losing a family member, really, because if you've ever been a pet owner and you've lost that pet to whatever reason it may be, it's absolutely heartbreaking, guys. It really is. And I appreciate for some of those of you and animal lovers and don't feel the same sentiment, it might be hard for you to understand, but I know a lot of you out there totally understand 100% how it feels to lose a pet when it's something you genuinely love. The purpose of this channel is just to help people overcome that grief, give them a little bit of a memorabilia, a bit of a memorial, something to remember their pet by. And there will shortly be free products available. I'm going to be making picture frames that I'm going to send out for free to people in order so that they can put the picture of their pet animal in it and keep it as a memorial. So look out for that, guys. It'll be coming soon. Right, so I'm going to crack on and start marking out my piece of timber that I've got for the Chester-Drawers sign. So for this piece of wood, it's 3 foot long, or 941 millimeters. So the recommended, I want to leave a 20 millimeter border, so it's actually going to be 21 millimeter border all the way around. So the recommended height for the lettering is 80 millimeters. The recommended spacings is 48 to 49 millimeters between each. Sorry, the letter width, the width of each letter is 48 to 49 millimeters, and the spacings between each letter is 10 millimeters. The hyphen itself is 15 millimeters. So I'm just marking out the border, 21 millimeters. And this is the top and bottom line, or the bottom and top of each letter. Like I say, I'm not a professional, I'm just working my way through this. There may be easier ways, there may be better ways, but this is my way. I'm always open to ideas and suggestions, so please feel free to make them. You know, you may be a professional sign writer watching this and thinking, what the hell is he doing? There's so much easier ways than that, but learn through experience, and I don't have a great deal of it. One thing I do know is whenever you're marking timber, always work off the same face. In other words, if I've started using this for my straight edge, don't then start doing that, because it could be off straight, especially when you don't have a thicknesser like me. So I'm just doing this for the love of Chester and the love of people that love animals. You've got to be careful here, because this bit is going to get cut out, and it does go into the lettering. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is going to have a carving of Chester's head in it, and then I've got these bits to cut out here, and this bit to cut out here, and this will slide into there. So really, that's it. So that's my centre line there. So really, now I've just said don't mark off this side, but in this case I'm going to have to, because I can't use the other side. So I'm just carrying this line through. I'm going to need to cut that out first before I do my lettering, and sit that in there like that. Sit it in so that I can put it all together and mark out my lettering properly. So that will be the next job, is cutting out this so that it all fits together, but at least I've got the rest of it done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yesterday I spent a bit of time marking out my piece of wood. You saw the video for that, and then I thought, how am I going to transfer the letters onto here? Now, I had seen things on YouTube on how to mark out lettering, but I just thought, oh, I'll have a go myself. And I thought the first thing I need to do is actually print out the letters so that I can trace round them. And when I printed out the letters, I realised when I spelt the word Chester-Drawers, when I spelled out the word Chester-Drawers, I realised that the spacing between letters isn't always equal. And I thought the best thing to do is just print out the letters, put them on my piece of timber and space them out so it looks how I want it to look when it's finished, and with equal gaps top, bottom, left and right. The whole thing about woodwork and craft and many other things is it's easy to make mistakes. The thing is, learn from those mistakes, don't hide them, don't be embarrassed of them. I nearly decided to edit out the whole bit about marking out the wood and just do this as if I did it right first time. But I didn't do it right first time. It's a learning process. And I guess it's like anything in life, isn't it? You learn by your mistakes. But it wasn't until I actually printed out the letters and spaced them out on the board that I thought, you know what, this is a lot easier. And my solution for transferring them over onto the board is I do have some carbon paper. So I'm going to stick the carbon paper onto the piece of timber, and then I'm going to stick the letters on top of the carbon paper, trace round them, and that should leave the imprint on the timber. So I'm going to do that now. There you go, I've stuck down the carbon paper now. Next thing I'm going to do is cut out these letters and then stick them down and trace round them. So I've placed the lettering now over the carbon paper. I've spaced it out visually how I would like it to look. The first and last letters are equal distance from each end, and then I've just cut each letter straight across the bottom, and obviously using the bottom line as my gauge, and then I've just visually set them out how I'd like them to look. So what I'm going to do now is just tape each of those letters in place so that they don't move. And then I'm going to draw around them and transfer the lettering onto the piece of timber underneath. So what I'm going to do now is go around each letter. Interesting. These letters here. They're a little bit over my boundary, so I just need to flip these up. I had a different colour pen to be able to see exactly where I've been, but I don't have an hard ballpoint pen in a different colour other than blue, which is much different to black. When it comes to this kind of thing, I just want to get straight to the end. I just want to do all the fun bits, the cutting out, the putting the epoxy resin in, the sanding, the machining, that kind of thing. So this laying out, preparation, I don't always have patience for it, but I'm having to learn it. I hear people say it's therapeutic, but to be fair, I'm not doing too bad on this. I'm actually quite enjoying it, and that's because I've made a conscious decision just to slow down, appreciate it's got to be done right, don't rush, just take your time, and it's all part of the process. It's all part of getting not the perfect, because nothing's perfect, but getting the right sign that I want at the end of the day. And I'll put the same effort and work into anybody else's designs or things that they want making. So you may or may not know that I'm dyslexic. Unfortunately, before I've got to drawing round the letters, I've just noticed I've got the E and the R wrong way around. Well done, Kev. Okay, so now the moment of truth. Let's start with the first letter. Or the last letter, depending on how you want to look at it. There we go. So I can now take that outside and start carving the letters.